really kind of a comical thing. It only has minimal uses, one of them to escape. If you're on a slope somewhere and you're fighting and you happen to catch an ad that you didn't want, you can glide away from that fight. And what you do is you just jump with the space bar, and you're going to hit the space bar again while in midair, and you'll perform a glide. Like that. And that can really help, like I said, getting away from a fight. But that's really all about you can do with that. I mean, there's nothing more to it. There's not a lot of high hills in this game that you can just jump off of and glide around. So it's more just or less a gimmick for people that want to see their wings being spread all the time. And trust me, there's a lot of people that jump around and glide for 2 seconds and then keep running and wait for it to recharge to do it again in this game. So I don't know if they're just bored or whatever, but anyway. Let's go ahead and start the class review. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the video and pick it up when I am out of town here. Okay, so we are back with our gladiator here, and we are in Basfelt Village. This is a village I've been leveling in, the area I've been leveling in, and I think you can take your character up to 16 or 17 here. And that's pretty much as high as you can go here, and then you have to move on to the next area, which is like on the other side of Altgrad. If you want to see it on the map, we were here, and now I moved over here. It looks like I actually have to complete a mission, so let's go do that real quick. But this is going to be the official review of the Gladiator here. I'm going to go over the skills, I'm going to show you how some of them work, and I'm going to give you my honest opinion about this class as best as I can see it up to this point. I know that things change as you go later on in the game, but currently there's really nothing to do past level 29 because it's an open beta. So you won't find gear that's better than that, and things just get kind of dull at that point. So anyway, this is pretty much the best you're going to get for right now. But let's see. What am I doing here? I got to get a quest. Yep. Okay, great. And turn my mission in. And when a mission is complete, it will always show this sun type logo over their head, whoever the NPC is that gave you the mission, or that's currently holding the mission. So that is a completed mission, and that's exactly what we want. And I get to choose a different weapon here and that I can pick. So I'm going to go ahead and take a bow, because believe it or not, gladiators get to use bows in this game, which is kind of cool. So that you can pull enemies from a range. However, you do have to carry arrows for the bow. And how you do this, there's a skill, if you look down here, called Change Weapon. It allows you to swap between two different sets of weapons. And you have your first set here, your primary weapon. It could be a two-hand, or you could have dual-wielding weapons, or a sword and shield, or whatever. And then you have two backup squares, or spaces, for a backup set of a gear. And so what I do with this bow is literally I would place it in the main slot. You click the change weapon skill, it shoves it to the back, and you put your spear back on there again. And so now all you have to do, show you what it looks like here, just click that skill and it switches over to our bow here. So kind of cool. Another feature that I just totally forgot about in my first 4 parts of the explanation last night was power shards. You've probably seen a few Aion videos about this where you see a little bit of electricity on character's weapon. What these power shards do, if you're reading this tooltip right now, is they will increase your weapon damage by 15 points. And every time you hit the enemy, you'll use a power shard up. So you kind of save them for those moments when you really need an extra boost of damage, or you can turn them on only when you're using your skills and then turn them back off again. And the way to do that is you simply hit the B button, and you'll see that lightning animation around your weapon here, and it'll say you activate the golem. I don't know what the heck that means. I'm not sure why it doesn't say power shard, but in this it says golem. So once it's activated, you'll know it's activated because it'll have the glowing aura around it in your character window, and you'll be ready to go. To deactivate it, you just hit B again and you're set. So that's kind of a cool feature also. Later on, the lightning effect will actually stay on the weapon as it's activated, instead of just sparking once and then fading away like it did there. So that's also kind of cool. What's really neat about this game is that the higher the level you get, the different kind of music changes every time you go into battle. I can't really show you guys because I don't have audio on, but when I take out my weapon, literally the entire music kicks in and shifts to a kind of techno rock music, and you get the sense that you're in battle, which is really neat. It feels more like an action game that way than an RPG, and kind of a cool feature. But let's go ahead and start with the gladiator here. I'm actually gonna pause the video here, I think, and create another one. Okay, so now that we're done with that, let's go ahead and bring back my thought pattern because I seem to have lost it. Okay, so here we are with the gladiator. Their primary two weapons, they only have two choices, are the pole arm and the greatsword. Currently, the way that both of them work are the pole arm has a wide range of damage from low to high, and it has a slower attack rate but higher stats. And the greatsword has a narrower attack range that's closer together, but a smaller attack and a faster speed. The way a greatsword kind of is set up is for auto attacking. In this game currently, gladiators do not auto attack. There's so many skills to use and so many different chains to execute constantly with fast cooldowns that you literally will skill spam all the time. And another cool thing is, in this game, for whatever reason, I don't know if this is going to change for the North American version, but if you look at our mana pool here, we have over 1,000 mana. Our skills only require, let's see, the skill, where's the skill it requires? These skills actually don't even require mana. This one requires 17. That one requires 10. But most of them don't require any type of mana consumption. So we don't really use our MP bars at all in this game. We just have cooldowns. We don't have rage. I mean, I guess you consider the DP rage, but everybody has DP, so it's not really anything exclusive to Gladiator. But anyway, yeah, a lot of the skills have a pretty quick cooldown, and you're able to, I think, get maybe 3 or 4 auto attacks in on a fight because the mob will be dead so quick by the time you actually get around to having a chance to auto attack. So, with the gladiator, it's really a skill spamming class, and so the general standard that's accepted for all gladiators is the pole arm. There's no reason that anyone should be using a greatsword. If you're using it for looks, you're actually gimping yourself, because the increased speed doesn't really factor in the decreased damage, and that range of damage gets wider and wider as you level up. So the pole arm is definitely the weapon to have currently for the gladiator. Let's go ahead and go over some of the skills.